Hello and good morning to all. Welcome to your computer class. We are learning our second chapter, Internet Services and Multimedia Technologies. And in this class, we have to discuss about a very important protocol set, that is remote login and file transfer protocols. Fine. Now let's begin. Well, generally for remote login and file transfer, we have to use 5 basic protocols. These 5 basic protocols are FTP, Telnet, SSH, SCP and SFTP. Fine. We have to discuss with the first FTP. FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol. Fine. It is a commonly used protocol for exchanging files over network that supports TCP/IP protocol such as internet or intranet. So it simply means that if we have to share any file on internet or intranet, for that we have to use file transfer protocol. Well, TCP and IP is a main protocol used for the communication over internet. That's why for this FTP, this TCP and IP is must required. Now, in this FTP, two types of computers are involved, or these computers are termed as FTP server and FTP client. Fine. In this FTP protocol, the computer which carries most of the data, fine, or the computer that stores most of the files is termed as FTP server, whereas the computer which is requesting for all these files is termed as FTP client. Fine. This FTP server is a computer that is running FTP server software. Fine. It has a server software. The server software listens on the network for connection requests from all the computers. Fine. Like a simple server, this FTP server software will look for all the requests of the client softwares, and then it will fulfill the request if the client is authenticated one. Fine. Then next we have FTP client. Now the computer which is running on the server, fine, which is requesting from the server, will be termed as a FTP client. Fine. It is a computer that is running FTP client software, and FTP client computer initiates a connection to the server. It means this computer is not directly connected. It has to start a connection first. Once it is connected to the server, it can do n number of operations. It can easily control that FTP server. It can upload the file, it can download the file, and it can rename the files. So generally, whenever we upload something on internet, that process is done by a FTP client, where our FTP client communicates with the FTP server. Fine. And the software that is installed to that server is termed as FTP server software. Fine. So it was all about file transfer protocol. Then next we have to discuss Telnet. This Telnet is a very important protocol these days. It also stands as a remote login protocol. Fine. And this remote login protocol is generally used when we have to access any computer from any far location. Suppose you want to control my PC from your home location. For that purpose, you may need a software which will use this Telnet protocol. Fine. Now, this Telnet is an internet utility that lets you log on to remote computer systems. Fine. A Telnet program gives you a character-based terminal window on another system. Fine. It means by this you can easily access any other system by using a character-based window. You can get login prompt on the system also. If you are permitted access, you can work on the system. Fine. If that request will be accepted by the Telnet, in that case you can use that system as it's your own PC, or as you are just sitting to that system. Fine. Now next we have to discuss how to connect to a remote server via Telnet. Well, for connecting to a Telnet, we need a Telnet client software in a computer, and then we need a Telnet server over the internet. Fine. Then once we have that server with us and that software with us, we have to create a proper connection. It means we have to establish a connection to the remote host. And after getting that connection, we can easily access other computer if we have that proper login credentials of that PC. Fine. So it is the process of connection. You can also read these points if you want to. Fine. Now next we have to read our next protocol, that is SSH. SSH stands for Secure Shell Protocol. Fine. This SSH stands for Secure Shell. Fine. Here we have to use this S and this SH for the short term. Fine. SSH is just like Telnet, but it is a secured form of Telnet. Fine. In this SSH, we use the same technology that we are using in the Telnet function, that we are using the Telnet protocol, but it is encrypted in nature. Fine. So SSH is a Telnet-like protocol with the functionality. It is a secure protocol compared to the Telnet. Fine. In SSH is also a protocol for remote logging into a machine via shell, where data between the client and the server is encrypted. It means everything here is secure and encrypted. The SSH protocol ensures security shell using the protocols such as SCP and SFTP. Fine. This SCP and SFTP are the secured version of TCP and FTP protocols. Our next protocol that we have to discuss is SCP, that is Secure Copy Protocol. Well, this Secure Copy Protocol is generally used whenever we have to share files between two computers. There are protocols that allow you to copy files between two servers or two connected machines over internet. SCP is a secure copy. The SCP protocols allow you to transmit files from one machine to another over internet with the encryption benefit to SSH. It means in this SCP protocol we use a secure connection. The most SSH clients include SCP capabilities. It means all the computers that we are using these days, in all these computers we have this SCP capability so that we can secure our data. It offers own set of command options for secure copying of files across two connected machines over internet. It means the files that we are sharing by using a SCP will be secured, and this is generally used with SSH for securing the file sharing and the remote logging of a user. Next we have SFTP. This SFTP is a secured version of our file transfer protocol. Well, generally the file transfer protocol that we use, this protocol is not secure because in this protocol the data is not protected during a session. So for making our data protected, we use our SFTP, that is Secure File Transfer Protocol. Fine. This SFTP is a file transfer protocol but is secure contrary to unsecure FTP. FTP is not a secure protocol, and data and files traveling over FTP are not protected during a session. This means data traveling over FTP can easily be stolen. To counter this problem, SFTP protocol is used. SFTP is a secure protocol for file transfer and it ensures security of data based on Secure Shell Protocol. It means it also uses the Secure Shell Protocol, that is SSH, for sending our files securely. Fine. So now we have to discuss about some steps. Fine. SFTP ensures data safety by taking these measures. First, SFTP requires that the client user must be authenticated and the data transfer must take place over a secure channel. Fine. It means if your client is not the authenticated one or the data transmission channel is not secure, the SFTP will not let you transfer the data. Fine. Then next, all data is encrypted. It means nothing is sent in a plain text form. Everything is first converted to a coded form. Then SFTP encrypts both command and data. It means everything in the FTP protocol is encrypted by the SFTP to make the security, or we can say that to protect our data against all the network risk. Fine. So this is all for today. Today we have discussed only about 5 protocols. In our next class we have to discuss about some web services in detail. Thanks for watching. Stay healthy and stay safe. You can comment down all your queries in the comment section if you have any, and stay connected with us.